What's going on, 22 Comics? And you know what time it is? It is that Monday night top 10. Let's get this show rolling. First up, not gonna lie, this list was really difficult for me. I don't know if it was just because it was hard to find comps, or if it was hard to find comps in a certain price range, or if it just, I don't know what the deal was, but this list was difficult for me. Starting off, and this is going to show you how difficult, we've got DMZ #1. HBO Max just put out the new series, the new TV show for DMZ. We got sales coming in at $30 raw, $31 raw. I couldn't find a comp for this at all. The synopsis of the story that I understand is that it's basically the Civil War, but in modern times. So I don't know any stories to really recommend for that, and I don't want to just sit there and shoot off blindly and tell you, hey, go get this one instead just because it's cheaper. Like, that's not cool either. So yeah, I have no comps for this at all. If you dig it and you like it, I guess roll with it. I would suggest, letting the heat die off a little bit and seeing, if this drops down. But that's just me. It does sound like an interesting story, and maybe the HBO Max series does it justice. Actually, look, I got comps for the rest of them. But yeah, that first one, whew. Timeless #1. This right here has popped off because it is the first, or possibly the first, cover appearance of a female Black Panther with white hair. So this is a third print. Yeah, fair market raw value right now is about $14. I would suggest to go and look for Daredevil #25. This is the second print. This is the first, from my knowledge, from what I could find, the first cover appearance of Elektra as Daredevil. And it also reprints her first appearance as Daredevil. So it's pretty cool. Right now, this cover is coming in at about $7. I know this was hot at one time, so it has cooled off since then, it looks like. So yeah, maybe now's the time to get it. Like, if you were holding off, and you didn't want to buy because of FOMO, and you were waiting for that price to come down, now might be time to grab it. Batman #2. This is popping off because of the new Batman movie. This is going to be the first appearance of the Talon, along with the first mention of the Court of Owls. Fair market raw values right now at $29. My suggestion would be to go look for Batman 619. This is the gatefold cover on top of that. I don't know if there's a difference, but it seemed like there was for cover price. It's an awesome cover. I got a villain's version of this cover, and I love it. I think it's amazing. So, but if I found this out in the wild, I'd definitely buy it. This is the first in-story costume appearance of Hush, to my knowledge. From everything I was finding, I believe I found it in the app that we, most of us all use, that this was his first costumed appearance. So, right now, raw values, $10. No spoilers for the Batman. However, I have seen it. I enjoyed it a lot. And I could see this character being used in a series with Robert Pattinson as the Batman and Matt Reeves directing. So take that for what you will. I'm not saying that's what they're doing. I'm just saying I could see them doing a story with Hush. Star Wars Darth Vader #6, coming in at #7. This is the first appearance of the Grand Inquisitor. Raw sales right now $117. It's pretty much confirmed we're getting the Grand Inquisitor in the Kenobi series. I suggest looking for Darth Vader #1. We know what this is. This is the first appearance of Black krrsantan, and Black krrsantan has been in and is in the Star Wars universe. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Fair market raw value for the book right now is $33. It has come down from, I think it was at the high of $50. So if you've been missing that, if you've been skipping on it because the value, you might want to look at it now. It could drop more. Don't get me wrong. I'm not real in depth in the Star Wars mythos and books and stuff like that. It's a struggle for me to do these Star Wars ones. I'm not gonna lie. Star Wars: The High Republic Adventures #2. This is the first appearance of Marchion Ro. I probably just butchered that name. To my knowledge, he's a villain. Raw values right now at $27. I would suggest you go look for Star Wars Darth Vader #13. This is stated to be the first appearance of the 10th brother. Now, there was an earlier appearance of the guy that would become the 10th brother. This is the appearance of when he is the 10th brother, the Inquisitor. This is also the first appearance of Farron Barr, who is a Jedi. And I feel like if we're getting the Inquisitors who are hunting Jedi, we gotta have more than just the one that's rumored to be in Kenobi and Kenobi. Fair market value right now for this book is $8.14. I think with it having an Inquisitor and it also having a first appearance of a Jedi, it's a decent book to look at, to see. Coming at number 5, Captain Carter number 1. This is the 1 in 25 variant. This is apparently the variant to have. It's popped off pretty big at $55. I do think this is a good book to have. I do think it's a good book to grab, especially with it being recorded as the first appearance of Captain Carter, whereas Avengers Forever, I believe, number 1, our most recent volume of that book is recorded as being the first cover appearance of Captain Carter. So this would be the first full appearance of Captain Carter in a comic book. I'm sticking with Captain Carter, honestly. I'm just picking any of the other variants. I think this is a good book to get. I think you should get your hands on this. I think there's a good possibility she could be in the MCU, and these books go even crazier, insane. So you may want to have a copy before that. The A cover right here is going for $6.38. I mean, that's really not a bad deal right now. It's not much more than cover. The one that I picked up an A cover, and I also have this Pacelli right here, and I think, just my opinion, I feel like Pacelli dropped the ball on this one. It's just, I was banking on it being a lot, I don't want to say better, but better than what this is. So it's not horrible, but I was expecting more of like the Miles covers that she has done in the past that are awesome. This right here, this would be my pick if I had to pick one. I think this is absolutely awesome and stunning. With the flag in the back and her standing there, I just think that's a dope cover. All these that I'm showing you are between the ranges of $7 and $20. I mean, or all the, the ones that I've said, like these Carnage ones are going. This Carnage one right here is going for $6. This Ode to Winter Soldier is going for $4 actually. The Design 1 in 100 is going for $13. So yeah, just have your pick. There's other covers to get that are cheaper. Coming in number 4, we've got Batman number 28. This is the first appearance of Harper Row as Bluebird. So there was some news that dropped that she could be in the Gotham Knights TV series or possibly in one of the CW shows. I'm just letting you know right now, with the Discovery merger and things like that, and them kind of taking over, you don't know what they're going to cancel, what they're going to say okay to. Like, there's a lot of stuff up in the air right now as far as like any kind of DC spec goes. This book right here, Raw, is going for $14. I would suggest you look for Detective Comics 648. Yeah. This is the first appearance of Stephanie Brown as Spoiler. Not the first appearance of Stephanie Brown, but her as Spoiler. Now, she's taken on different monikers. She's been Batgirl. She's been Robin. So, I think Stephanie Brown is definitely a diverse character to be able to take on different roles. So, why not have her as Spoiler? There was also rumor that she was going to be part of the Gotham Knights as well, or part of the CW show too. I think it's the Batwoman CW show that she may be a part of. With all that being said, fair market raw values right now at $9. DC spec, it's just, I wouldn't do it for spec. I'd do it if you like the characters. That's all. And right now this price is high because of spec. If you don't like my pick, that's fine, but I definitely suggest waiting. Getting that book. The price will probably drop. This Conan right here, King Conan number 3. This is heated up because there's controversy over a character that Jason Aaron made that took on the same actual name of Pocahontas, and people were getting upset about it, about the portrayal and things like that. Jason Aaron did come out and apologize. He did give his profits that he made off of this book to a women's charity. In my mind, he has tried to right what wrong he's been called out on. So right now this book is going fair market raw value for $15. He's gone as far to say that the depiction of the character and the name, I believe, will be changed in further issues. This was another hard one for me to find a comp for, because I don't want to just kind of forget what's been done here and the reason why this book is heated up. And so my comp is not what my comp normally is, and that's as far as like the price goes, but I'm going more for the story aspect of it. And I chose Rise of the Black Panther number 1, the Stan Lee stamp edition. That's what this is. This is a stamp. It's not a signature. It's a stamp. And they'll come with these little full stickers and things like that. The story behind this is that I can't remember the names, but you can look on the app and they'll give you the whole story and rundown as what happened really. He came in with documents, and within those documents, he was able to basically get Stan Lee's blood, put it in the ink, and so that's what this is. It's ink with Stan Lee's blood in it. I'm not joking. That's what the story is. It's also the same with Thor number 700. Now, I looked on eBay. Thor 700 was going for like $600. It's insane. It's out there. I couldn't find any recent sold on it, so I don't know if they're able to manipulate the price or what. This right here is still more than I would suggest, but the story in it, to me, is like, it's just a crazy controversial story. Like, we all know all the stuff that happened with Stan Lee, all the bad messed up things that were happening to him and being allowed to happen to him, and like for this to happen, it'd be like that's what happened. That's crazy. Anyways, raw market values right now coming in at 180. Now there's a star by it, and that's because like the most recent sale was like 2 years ago. And so even then you can sit there and see, like back in June and July, this book was going for anywhere from like 65 to 80 bucks. And then there was a high one sold of 180 back in August of 20. At that point in time, this book was 2 years old, so it could have gained value by then, but this doesn't seem like to be a book that people are actually talking about either. So I'm just saying, be aware that this book is out there. If you're looking for a controversial story to add to your collection, this may be one to look for, is what I'm saying. I don't like the price at all, but again, trying to find comps for something like this, for this King Conan, that was difficult. Extremely difficult. Spectacular Spider-Man number 116. This is going to be the first appearance of the Foreigner, and word came out that casting for the Foreigner for the Kraven movie has happened, so he is projected to be in the Kraven movie. Fair market raw value for this book is $39. I would suggest that you look for Web of Spider-Man number 36. This is the first appearance of Tombstone. We've already seen Tombstone in the Miles Morales Into the Spider-Verse cartoon. Could he come back? Could we get him in a live action? There's possibilities. I think that having any of the Rogues Gallery for Batman, for the Flash, for Spider-Man is a big, big deal, because all the villains for the most part are way old. Golden, Silver Age villains. They're like difficult. Their Rogues Gallery is difficult to get in, especially on a lower tier value. I know that Tombstone's not that big of a villain. Neither really is Foreigner, for that matter. Last but not least, West Coast Avengers number 46. This is the first appearance of the Great Lakes Avengers. Fair market raw value is $22.20. I would say, because this is the first appearance of the Great Lake Avengers, that maybe you should look for West Coast Avengers number 1. This is going to be the first team appearance of the West Coast Avengers. They were spoken about and referenced to earlier in an Avengers book. However, this is the first team appearance of them. Fair market raw value of $6.84. Again, it's just something to look at, just to have alternatives, because that's what this show's all about. If you dug this video, I got some videos over here for you to check out, so you can go hit them up and tell me what you think. Thank you all so much for watching. I greatly appreciate it. You can find me on Instagram at 22_comics. You can find me on a podcast called Comically Comics. And as always, y'all have a good one.